Hey guys, I'm back at my home in northern Arizona. I'm doing a little tabletop, my kitchen table top after action review for my vacation. I took a little mini vacation. So after action reviews, it sounds so governmental, and it is actually in origin. I come from the wildland firefighting community, so that's what you do is after a big incident, you talk about it and you go over what happened, what worked, what didn't. So that's what I do, and I learn from it, and maybe you can learn something from it too. So I took a little vacation escape. I do that and try to get away from it all. Single guy. Let me see. I left Christmas Eve evening. Got on Amtrak. I'm doing that from now on. Amtrak is just awesome. I've flown so much in my careers. The hustle and bustle and just the stress that flying does to you, it's not worth it. So it's worth the extra money for the experience. You get on Amtrak, you get your sleeper room, you relax, you sleep, you just enjoy life, and you meet some great people on the train. And you don't even worry about the people that are on the no-fly list that are on the train. No, I'm kidding. There's some awesome people. I'm going to write a book about the people I meet on the train. Maybe it's a leaflet. I don't know. You spend the night on the train. I get to Southern California from when I get on at Winslow, Arizona. I even stood on the corner, But it's a great thing. You get into Southern California and then Los Angeles the next day, and you connect. For me, I went up to Monterey, California. I connected into in Southern California, Union Station. Who loves Union Station? Even sounds awesome. I connected to the Coast Starlight. What's not to love about the Coast Starlight? Business class. You stretch out. It was an extra $28. They treat you like royalty. They even give you snacks and a $6 coupon to go up to the dining car, and it was an extra. It was half off, basically a full meal. 8 hours to go up to Monterey, and they transfer you. We land in Salinas, and they transfer you to what they call a throughway bus, and they take you 28 minutes to Monterey, and for me, I was staying at the Marriott right there. They drop you off right in front of your hotel, and I check in. I treated like royalty there because I'm a platinum member. And I'm whisked to my room, upgraded everything, and it was awesome. So I spent a few days in Monterey, did the return trip home. Anyway, I'll get into details later about the train trips, but this is technical details about what I learned, what I didn't learn. So my bag, let me show you what I took. I took, if you follow me on social media, I took a Black Hawk tactical bag. I travel alone, so aesthetics wasn't too big deal for me. I didn't take my Gucci or anything like that. I don't have Gucci, but it's a backpack. It's a 3-day bag, I consider, and it's 4.5 bags, 4.5 days, but it's an old style Black Hawk tactical bag, fuzzy back, or this is quite a few years old. It's the last bag that Black Hawk Tactical made in the United States. 2 compartments up front, expandable. It's a decent bag. It's heavy duty. Even has a slot that for a camelback or a bladder for water. I didn't use it for that. I actually put my tripods in the back. It's a great little bag. I had this thing packed, and actually I could have brought a bigger bag. Maybe I should have. Maybe I shouldn't. It was right on the borderline, but it worked, and I was happy. So I would have, if it was a shorter trip like Thanksgiving trip, if you remember that, if you saw me on that, I brought a smaller bag. This is a sling pack from tacticalshit.com. I shit you not. It just has enough for, 1 or 2 days of clothes and gear that I took. I take gear because, again, I travel alone. It was fine. So I scale up and down depending on how many days. Excuse me, I should have muted. So yeah, that was my bag. It worked out okay. Maybe I should have upgraded my capacity, maybe not. So next stop, I took notes, believe it or not. Notage. Batteries, big thing for me. I took my, of course, Anchor batteries for mobility. I could have just brought one and reduced the weight. Could have just brought this one, my Anchor E7 Power Hawk or whatever it's called. That probably would have done me just fine and reduced the weight, because weight is an issue. I know. But I brought both. I used both because I had them. But I could have ditched this one and just used this one. That was a lesson. Next time I'll just use one. That as far as charging phones and tablets, because I brought my tablet, I brought my phone, and then I brought my GoPro that eats through the batteries. So, and then moving on to GoPro, I did bring the GoPro, and then I did bring the extra 3 batteries. And speaking of the 3 batteries, the GoPro is about 6 months old. This one, the Hero 4, 6 to 7 months old. And the batteries have a half-life now, so I chew through the batteries quite a bit. The bummer about older batteries is they wear down, and I made the mistake of buying non-GoPro batteries. I don't know if that's the reason why they're going half-life, because I use them so much and they are not original GoPro batteries. I don't know if that's it, but anyway, this time around I bought, they're actually on their way. I brought 2 extra, so 3 total GoPro official batteries and a GoPro actual battery charger base. We'll see if that fixes things. That's a better capacity. So lesson learned. I'm going with original batteries this time instead of the Amazon cheapo batteries. See if that works. So I do enjoy extra capacity batteries, because if you're on the run, or for me, I explored Monterey quite a bit, Monterey Bay Aquarium. I didn't want to dink around with one battery and then having to recharge it one battery, and it takes a long time. So I brought 3 fully charged batteries, and then that lasted me half a day, 2 on this thing, and then I was stuck with dead batteries. But I did bring the battery pack, and I charged it while I was walking around. So cameras, again, I brought the GoPro, and then I brought my Panasonic Lumix camera, and the battery capacity on this thing was awesome. You know, I'll chew through 1.5 batteries in a day if I shoot video and stills. Most of the time I will shoot stills on this, but I did need this to shoot video. If you see the otter video that I shot with this, I don't do a lot of this selfie video because to me, I think it looks goofy. I know a lot of you professional YouTubers out there do that. If I do that, I'll use the GoPro. Sorry, professional YouTubers, I don't do this. But the bummer about this camera, I can't dump this right away to my iPad or iPhone, because this does AVCHD files, and it's not compatible. This is a little bit older, and it's a high quality HD camera. Does that make sense? Anyway, so I'm looking for another camera to do HD to, so I could dump it right to my iPhone or iPad. So if you know of one, recommend it in the comments, and I will take heed to that. The Panasonic HD FZ1000. I love this camera. This still has fire retardant on it from my wildland fire days, and all sorts of goop and schmutz. It's technical for stuff, nasty stuff. So that's kind of what I shoot with, and it worked. The camera's a little bit big for that bag, but I shoved it in and it worked great. And all that gear and stuff fits in. I actually wore a fanny pack. All my GoPro gear fits in here, as well as that camera if I wanted it to, and the battery pack, and my selfie stick goes in here. It's a GoPro stick. I don't do selfie sticks. And then my, so this is my, I wear a fanny pack if I don't have somebody with me, because but if I don't give a shit what people think of me, I wear that. And it looks cool because I have all my gear hanging and I look like a photographer guy. And I have my multi-tool with me. I carry this with me wherever I go. It's a little big and bulky, and if I'm worrying about weight, size and weight, SWAC, size, SAWC, size and weight constraints, I'll take this little guy. This is also a multi-tool, small one. And this one has a little clippy thing on it. And I clip this to the inside of my bag or pack or whatever. And it serves a good purpose. But I needed well, this or this with me on this trip, because I had to take apart that darn, I had an alley cam to try to get it to work, which never did. The alley cam 360-degree camera that I lugged around with me this trip, and it did not work. That's another lesson learned. I shipped that back yesterday, and I got back to Amazon. I got a credit for it this morning, which is great. If you look at my other YouTube video, you'll see about it. Actually, the last one posted. So that's another bane. Then I take this thing with me. This worked out great too. It was another multi-tool. It's a screwdriver set that fits right in that fanny pack, hip pack. Sorry. It's a little screwdriver set. It's very lightweight. Next up is clothes. I'll take 2 or 3 pairs of everything. This trip I took 2 pairs of pants, 3 shirts, 3 undies, synthetic, 3 socks, 2 shoes, a pair of shoes, sweatshirt, and a jacket. That's all I took, and a hat. And it was great because just flying solo, that's all I really needed. Synthetics, that's because I can wash it real quick in the sink and it dries really fast. That's really all I needed, because I'm out taking pictures and stuff. As far as hygiene and stuff like that, I take the normal stuff, little trial sample size stuff. These things are great. This one was a little big. I take regular medicine and then vitamins and supplements. I was only gone for 5 days, 4 days, 4.5, 5 days, so this is great. There's smaller ones out there, but this is an example what to bring and work great. So if you have any questions about traveling, train travel, I didn't get too much on the train stuff, but excuse me, I have a blast on the train. This is my 5th train ride as far as travel overnight or any long distance. So hit me up. Amtrak is an awesome service, and look at my previous videos. I'll try to link it into this one, but link some of my trips into this one. You won't be disappointed. There's some tricks and tips on train travel that you might glean from my previous videos, so ask away. I'm actually controlling the video from my iPhone. Bye.